Hey there friends, I got this bag of Bionicle parts and it sat on my floor for over 2 years because I don't know anything about Bionicle. So I spent 24 hours sorting and researching everything Bionicle and then creating the abridged history of Bionicle in under 10 minutes. Now all my knowledge will be yours, and also I'm gonna butcher all of the names. Sorry. Let's get to it. In the beginning. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a planet literally called Big Ball. On the planet were some guys, great beings who loved two things. One, making stuff. Two, war crimes. They discovered their planet had a bunch of battery goo inside, known as energized protodermis, and they decided the best thing to do was start a core war for it. In doing so, they destroyed their planet. But as a failsafe, they made a giant robot. It exploded. They made a second giant robot. It didn't explode. They named it the Great Spirit Robot. It was the body of the spirit of Mata Nui, which is literally Great Spirit. And inside of it is the Matoran universe, where most of the series takes place and the Matorans live. They also put a bunch of MacGuffins in there for fun. It's just like that episode of Futurama where Bender becomes a planet. Mata Nui wanted to make his own cool guys, so he made the Makuta and told them to keep things tidy. They decided it would be more fun to be evil and put Mata Nui into a coma. But before nap time, Mata Nui also created the Baraki to help establish order amongst the people. They decided it would be more fun to be evil and commit war crimes. Also, when the Makuta made Mata Nui go to sleep, they did so with poison.
Excellent.
Mata Nui then crashed into a moon, caused a bunch of natural disasters on the Matoran world, and then Mata Nui, the Matoran universe, and everything in it started to slowly perish. Bummer. Also parallels. Jump ahead thousands of years to 2001 and things aren't looking very good. This is when the first Bionicle series comes out, and arriving out of weird canisters are the Toa. These guys are failsafes created by the Great Beings. There are 6 of them, and they each have a Kanohi mask, granting them strength and power. Tahu is fire, Kopaka is ice, Gali is water, Pohatu is stone, Lua is air, and Anua is earth. After meeting a bunch of different tribes, it turns out Pterodax, one of the Makuta from before, is infecting wild animals and causing chaos. The Toa then have to collect all 6 of their Kanohi masks, then find the Moogle at the temple who can synthesize them into one golden mask. Then they can fight Pterodax, but he's too powerful.
Let's fuse.
Oh, that's hideous, let's not. Then they fight him again, and Pterodax flees and teleports them back to the temple. In 2002, Balrogs, which are definitely not ostriches, are thawed from the ice and they're infected with parasites called Krana. After a few close calls, the Toa collect enough Krana to unlock Ripley's exosuit. Really? They suit up to fight the Balrog queens, then decide, nah, exosuits are lame, and defeat the queens without it. The Toa then fall into energized protodermis and become Toa Nuva with cool new armor. 2003, the Balrog's big brothers steal the Toa's Nuva symbols, making them weaken. So they repeat the first wave and overcharge the Nuva symbols, causing the Balrogs to explode. In the Mask of Light, some guys melt a stone. It turns into the Mask of Light. They want to find the 7th Toa, and all this guy has to do is put on the mask, but they go on a long, perilous journey instead. He dies, and then these two fight, then fuse, and open the door to Mata Nui. Then they die too. 2004 asks, can we just repeat the same things? 1,000 years ago, 6 new Toa emerge. They need to save Big City, which is also the robot's brain. They discover their mask's strange powers over time, fight Pterodax, and try to fuse their discs into the Disc of Time. 2005 introduces Viscerax spiders, and shouts, it's Animorphin time, turning the Toa into beasts with spinners, who honestly don't look that different. Don't worry, they change back. But Vakama does betray the rest, bad things happen, Vakama comes back, and then they beat up the bad guys. And they make the Mata Nui island from the first wave. Also turns out they're the old tribe people in the first wave. In 2006, things go off the rails. It brings us back to the present with a group known as the Paraka, underlings to Pterodax who discover, surprise, both Pterodax and Takanuva survive, but they're missing. The Paraka learn about the Mask of Life and want it for themselves, going to the island Voya Nui and pretending to be Toa, and slowly corrupting the island's people into their own control. Until the real Toa Nuva show up, trying to save Mata Nui by finding the Mask of Life. Also, why is this just an imprint of a guy? The two groups fought, and the Paraka were stronger. Pause. A new group of Toa are sent by Takanuva to save the Toa Nuva, and they travel through a weird realm known as Karzani's Realm, which is a twisted hellscape. They escape in new Toa containers that are struck by lightning, randomly transforming them into Toa Inika. Hey, that guy's back from the dead. The Toas then work together to beat the Parakas, but one of them beats everyone to the Mask of Life, and it fuses to them and creates a FromSoft boss. The Toa defeat it, but this boss battle has a second stage, and when they defeat that, the mask is lost. Wait a minute, it explodes up a flight of stairs around the corner and then into the water? No, okay. 2007. You know the Titans in Hercules? That's the plot of this one. Those Baraki were trapped under the ocean, but they escaped, and the Toa Inika transform into the Toa Mari to kick their butts. Also, they find the Mask of Life, and Motoro sacrifices themselves to save their team and Mata Nui. 2008. This is when LEGO finally lost the plot. The Toa look like this for some reason. They're in the swamps. Different Makuta are there, Matorans have been mutated, and I didn't know Cthulhu had a kid. The Toa find more MacGuffins, use a codex to awaken Mata Nui, and the Mask of Life makes a body and sacrifices itself to save everyone. Huh, that's new. Oh look, Mata Nui is awake. Oh no, it's Pterodax. Again. 2009. When Pterodax took over the robot, he kicked out Mata Nui's spirit, and it went all the way to Mad Max's Thunderdome. Everyone there is gladiator themed. That's a really cool shield, but none of this is important. Mata Nui makes himself a body. Nice. And with the power of friendship finds out this world has a giant robot body too. 2010. Mata Nui finds a power source for the giant robot and tries to save Barra Magna by pulling in its moons. But Pterodax shows up, because of course he does. They bicker. Mata Nui makes golden armor for Tahu. Pterodax scatters it. Final quest for the final MacGuffin. And also, there's new guys, with not Krana, but Krata. They're defeated, of course, the armor is found, turns out the moons were just part of the planet, and Barra Magna is really just Spherus Magna. Finally, Makuta gets conked on the head. Oh, he dead. And the day is saved.
Come on, let's see the next episode!
That's it? The show was cancelled after that.
Technically, there's a plot for the next wave, but it never came to be, because Bionicle was cancelled.
Goodbye! I'll never forgive you!
Until 2015 with a reboot making the Toa look like this, and this is a video for the OG timeline. Plus, hideous. So, that's it. Also, the bag had a lot of cool parts, but only one complete figure. Bummer. Alright, see you later.